What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Lost Records Journal Player One vs. Lost Records Focus podcast. I am one of your hosts, Adnan. My co-host, Falcon from Game Ranks, the bassist hating co-host, probably the VO hating co-host as well. Adam Evolt is here.
Are we gonna say that I'm Falcon from Game Ranks until Jake Baldino says no, he's not? Like, are we just gonna ride with that?
Oh, yeah. Until the real Falcon sues us for something like, yeah, it's going to be one way or another.
Hi, folks, it's Adam here, and today I'm being sued by saying that I'm Falcon.
That would be a great piece for Game Ranks. We're back, obviously, for the Lost Records Journal. I think it's come quite perfectly timed, this as well. I think you even said it in a message to me as well. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about on this episode. So before we start as well, if you are new here, please do consider dropping subscribe on the channel, turn notification, like the video, share with your friends, help support the channel, helps keep us up to date with all the content we do, including the Lost Records Journal. The Lost Records Journal available on all podcast services. So we're available on Spotify with over 60 followers. We're available on all the platforms. We've got video versions. So do go and follow us over there, because as soon as the episodes are available, you get access to them and you can download them. And if you rate us as well, it's really helpful because you boost our visibility so other people can see us. I believe we have a 4.9 rating. I think that's probably dropped slightly because of your bad takes and your bassist hating slander. But anyway, as it is. But yeah, if you can rate us, it'll be greatly appreciated. So Adam,
yes.
Big news that has related to...
Before we begin,
yes,
this is a direct call to the developers of Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, specifically to the creator of Life is Strange and Lost Records. Is your last name pronounced Ko or Koch? We need to know. This is a direct call. Michel, how do you pronounce your last name? Is it just Koch or is it Koch? Please let Adnan know.
Yeah, we've been watching 5-minute videos of how to pronounce Michel's last name.
I've been saying it's Koch. Like, it's just like, it might have like a at the end, like a Koch, but at the end, but it's not Koch. It's
but we were listening to English and German pronunciations, and they were both different, varying. Yes. And I've long held belief that it's Koch, with the CH pronunciation at the end of it. You've always been Ko.
We also watched Kind of Funny, where Greg Miller just goes like, we have Michel and Ashley. It's just like they don't say the last name. So who's right? Direct call to the Don't Nod team.
There you go. Yeah, we'll settle that. We'll settle that debate one day. It's worse part as well. We watch all these interviews, and it's like either they would just call him Michel, or Michel would pronounce it, but in the video call would be like in a really different quality. And I'm like, yes. You can hear him saying CH at the end of it. Yeah, one day life's mysteries will be answered, including that question.
Yes.
But Adam, I think if anything, we've got a big piece to start with, obviously, because of Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, and Don't Nod Montreal. That is the wrong screen there. So apologies about that. We're going to come on to that topic, though. Don't you worry about that. So we're going to go to the FAQ here, Adam, first, if anything. So an updated FAQ here from the 22nd of January, because it relates to big news from Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, which was that Tape 2 has been delayed. So obviously the planned intention was for Tape 1 to be released on February 18, which is still planned, which is coming out on that February 18th date. And then the plan was for Tape 2 Bloom to come out, Tape 2 Rage to come out in March 18th, so 1 month later. However, Don't Nod has now confirmed that Tape 2 has been pushed back when it's been released, and they've also released this FAQ with loads of details that we've got in here. So obviously in here as well, we know the platforms as well have been confirmed. There's no mention of a Switch version yet, maybe one day. And obviously as well, it's confirmed they're reiterating, saying that the Xbox and PS4 versions do not exist, so you can only own it if you have it on current generation consoles. Adam, we got a specific thing about time here as well in terms of the length of the game, which we've kind of alluded to before when Michel did that quote and we kind of talked about it. And they've offered that the fact that the game is roughly 10 to 12 hours of playtime, depending on the play exploration, which, happy days. We're old, we're in our 30s, time is much of the essence. I don't want to play 60-hour games. Thank you, Ubisoft. It's like, I'm happy with that. But before we get into some of the other details, this was why. So they specifically explained why we have delayed Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, Don't Nod. It says there as well, it says, why is Tape 2 being delayed? And it says, while Tape 1 Bloom remains on schedule, we've made the decision to postpone the release of Tape 2 Rage by additional 4 weeks to April 15, 2025. We want to give the team necessary time to refine the experience, address more bugs, and enhance the storytelling for a truly immersive continuation of the journey. We feel that this extra time is necessary to ensure we deliver the experiences players and fans deserve. We are confident this delay will allow us to provide you with a richer experience, and we can't wait for you to live the full journey of Swan, Nora, Autumn, and Cat. In the meantime, we have a little something up our sleeves on social media to keep you entertained in the time between the two tapes. Stay tuned, which is quite nice there. We'll come on to this section afterwards as well, in the later stages of the segment. In the podcast, you have there as well. Is there a replayability or multiple endings? The simple answer is yes. Your choices, both in the past and present, will change both the outcome of the timeline. We have technical specs here of PC stuff that can happen as well, which in itself is a whole different thing. If you are a PC gamer there, you can access them. And then there's also here as well, accessibility features are included in here, which says that yes, Lost Records Bloom and Rage includes a variety of accessibility options and customizable controls on PC and console. Settings include motion sickness options, gyro-assisted controls for the camcorder, icons of off-screen speakers, readable text, talkable crosshairs for first and third person. And then also as well, confirmed here, there is a photo mode that has been confirmed. And it's been
it does support widescreen. Let's not miss that.
Yes.
It does support widescreen.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, wait. So, no ultra wide. Okay. Sorry.
No ultra wide.
Yeah. Ultra wide. Sorry.
No,
there it is. Darn it.
And then we have some more details here, which is that the game is not available for digital pre-orders. So there's no digital pre-orders. I believe there's a wish list function available for that. The game's price as well has been now confirmed. So it's a one-time purchase. It will be priced at €39.99, $39.99 in the United States of America, USD dollars, and £35.89 specific price there for the UK version, with a launch discount of 10% as well on top of that. So the price includes both parts, both Tape 1 and Tape 2. You'll be able to access the second tape when it comes available. They are not sold separately, as it said here in this thread. If you buy the first part, you can instantly access it. When second part unlocks, you can access that. So you cannot buy them separately. The physical edition is coming in the summer of 2025, so that is reiterated as well. That's coming from Maximum Entertainment in terms of collaboration. And then little things here as well about specifics in terms of the rating is actually rated 18 as well, if anything, which is quite high. You know, we are probably going to head into more horror-y elements, if anything, compared to their previous works. Or like, you know, darker stuff, if anything. And then also as well, there's little details here, like, you know, will there be post-launch updates and patches? Yes, we are committed to providing the best experience possible, and we'll be supporting Lost Records Bloom Rage after its release with patches and bug fixes when necessary, which is quite nice. So a lot of detail there, Adam. I'll take that off. And I think the best thing to start with is the delay, because obviously that'll be a big conversation itself. What were your feelings when you saw the delay? Because obviously you're going to be moving at least when Tape 1 happens, and that'll be quite hectic for you, but it has been delayed. What was your reaction when you saw that?
Yeah, so I'm moving end of March into the beginning of April. So like, you know, it is kind of like, for me, on the convenience standard, I think it's more convenient that it's coming at that time, because for it to come out March 18th when I'm just trying to pack up my place and get ready to move, I would have rushed the game. So convenience level for me, it's a little bit more convenient. However, 2 months wait, that's a long wait, man. That's like Life is Strange 2 kind of wait right there.
That's why I lost Life is Strange 2 was a bit even longer in some of the episodes. That was like because in the first game it's 8-week windows, and I think it met them in episode 1 through 4, and then 5 launched later in the year. That was a bigger gap where I think something obviously has happened there to push it back. But yeah, it is a little bit of a chunkier gap, but probably better for marketing, if anything, because the main thing is it's moved completely away from Assassin's Creed Shadows, which I think was the best decision they've possibly done here.
Yeah. It's let's say again. So right now, let me look up, which, by the way, South of Midnight also got a release date, April 8th of 2025. So that's cool.
How has it got that confirmed?
That has been yeah, I'm about to pull up April 2025 game releases.
I've beat you to it, sir. Here it is on screen for you.
What the heck? Where? Oh, look at you on Twitter. Okay, so oh my god, Last of Us Part 2 remastered. Oh, I forgot that was happening. Yeah, look at that.
Which is the only interesting thing here, Adam, as well. And I pointed out, Tape 2 launches literally 2 days apart from Koira, which is the other Don't Nod game that's been published by them.
Wait, what? Really?
So can you see that? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Koira is April 17th.
I'm not seeing it on my list right here. I'm on Game Rants, and I don't see Koira on my list.
Of course, you've gone on Game Ranks, haven't you?
Yeah, well, Game Rants.
Oh, Game Rant. Oh, wow. I thought you were just putting a plug in there.
Dip.
Sorry.
I don't dip. Yeah, no, is Koira, is that official? April 17th?
Eurogamer had this. If that's wrong for them, then that's poor, if anything.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. So, okay, yeah, that's even more interesting that they're...
Koira is confirmed for April 17th. And the Steam demo is available right now, which I've heard very good from Life is 2D as well.
Yeah, interesting, because now I'm on GameSpot, and they don't even have... GameSpot doesn't even have... South of Midnight, so GameSpot, thanks for doing.
So this was before South of Midnight was announced, by the way, when I took this screenshot. So it's not been listed on there, but that was like the more recent one that I saw before that announcement. So those were the games that were coming out.
Okay, here we go. So we got. Okay, can I share my screen because now they have an updated list?
Take myself off there.
Yeah. Here's the updated list, everybody. Thanks for dealing with the dead air. Here we are once again. I'm sewing into pieces. So we have, excuse me, Everybody in the Aliens, but that's just PC. Last of Us 2 remastered PC. South of Midnight, hooray! April 8th. Battlefield
one day
Waltz.
Before my birthday.
Yes, look at you go. Wish him a happy birthday and get him South of Midnight. For his birthday. But yeah, then we have Koira. Yeah. Right there. Oh, wait. Where's Lost Records here?
They haven't updated it yet.
So they updated for South of Midnight, but not that. Interesting.
No. Which is weird because they wrote an article about the delay as well. Right.
Yeah. That's interesting. But yeah, Once Human. So this is a lot more open of a month in April than it was in March, because March, if we scroll up a little bit, this is March, right? Yeah, we have Lost Records right there. So they haven't updated it. But we have Assassin's Creed Shadows, Adam Fall, Football Manager, Split Fiction. So like that's a Suikoden right there. That's a big one too, whether you want it or not. But then look at April, Hey, when's that game coming out? Okay, ADHD Adam. So but yeah, that's a much more open month. But like you said, the most interesting part is Koira. So 2 Don't Nod games coming out within days of each other. So that is interesting. I didn't think about that.
So I see, when I saw that, I was like, this is a bit strange. That no pun intended. It's a bit strange to see Koira there, because Koira's not Koira's their second published game they're doing after Gerda. And I'm kind of sitting there thinking, like, I don't think Koira comes out at that time now. I think Koira gets delayed and pushed back, because I was having a conversation with Life is 2D, and they gave me great perspective as well. And I think like it was fair, because like maybe there's a knock-on effect, so people who play Lost Records will go and play Koira. And I think that would be a good idea, where you advertise Koira in the game, if you can try and get people to kind of gravitate towards it. But considering that's an independent game as it is, Koira, and it's a very small game, and it ain't going to move the needle at Don't Nod big ways, I just have a feeling they're going to move it back a bit into like maybe like like May-ish time, or like June time or something like that. Because for me, those are the only 2 games we know that so far that Don't Nod are releasing this year, which is Lost Records, Bloom Rage, and also Koira. And then obviously they suspended 2 production lines before when they did their report last year, and they've got like 2 games in-house in work, and it's like, and I can't really see much else happening. So I feel like it's a bit weird if they released it 2 days apart as a publisher. It'd be very like
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. And so my current money is betting on that Koira will be delayed a little bit, just so that Lost Records has room there on its own, and Lost Records doesn't overshadow what Don't Nod is publishing. Which I don't know if you feel the same way, if you think Koira will still come out 2 days after Take Two.
I think you're right. I think we see a delay on Koira. Yeah.
Like, in a fair way as well. Like, I think
it will be
Lost
delayed.
Records is more important.
Yeah, like into May,
Yeah.
Like first week of May,
Yeah, which would make sense as well. I don't know what the calendar is for like first week of May, but I think like in itself, that's just, you don't really want to overshadow your own game with, and itself as well. Here's the other thing. Think about this as well. The Don't Nod is currently still fighting a war with its union, or fighting with the STJV in a union struggle. And then what you're going to do, put double the marketing struggle on the Paris division to market both Koira and also to market Lost Records, because they're going to have to pick up the legwork in marketing this game, because they ain't developing Koira. Is it Studio Tolima that's doing Koira?
Studio Tolima, yeah.
Yeah, and then so Studio Tolima is doing that. So it's like, you can't they're not going to be doing double the amount of marketing for both games. And then, if I was like Studio Tolima, I'd be a bit like, I feel like, I hope my game isn't being overshadowed by the in-house game that's being made at Don't Nod, if anything. Yeah, I'm not too bothered about the delay. If anything, I'm kind of happy that they have moved it, because I want them out of the way of Assassin's Creed. Because even if it's not a direct competitor, I still don't think you really want to be messing with Ubisoft's financial arm. Even if that's taking a bit of a hit, but like, I don't really want to be fighting with them in a marketing struggle to kind of get the game out there. Yeah, it will be interesting though that they have delayed it. I think people are still expecting maybe even Take One to be delayed, considering how things are rolling at the minute in terms of how quiet the marketing is, etc. I think obviously, again, they are still fighting with a war with their union in France, as I'm using war very lightly. So it's like, that's having an impact on marketing, etc. But generally speaking, I'm fine with waiting for that little gap. I'd be more worried if it gets pushed back again. Then I'd be a bit like, we're tightrope here. It's the same with when you said with The Expanse. It's like The Expanse, a Telltale series, will age better when it's in its complete body, rather than being released separately. And I think like the more you push it back, the more it's going to cause a bit like, you've only got two.
I think this might be its last delay though. They can't push it back anymore.
No, they can't.
Yeah.
Don't Nod will report earnings at some point in the first half of 2025. They do. I think they do two half earnings rather than quarterly earnings, because they don't release that many games as it is. No way. This has to show up in the books, man. This is going to have to show up in the books, because like, what else are they going to show up in the books? Koira, it ain't moving the needle there. It's not going to move the needle at all. And as you said as well, like, what, you're going to move it further back where we get closer towards other games coming out, and also with the looming presence of Rockstar and GTA and stuff like that. It's like 2025 is already a rough year as it is.
Because we're entering May, and May 15th, Doom, The Dark Ages. So there's that. Everything else is kind of like hit or miss. Like, we have Project Mist and Sonic Wings Reunion and Rune Factory. But we have Doom, The Dark Ages coming out the middle of May. So you can't really delay it.
I'm fine with it. And in itself as well, it gives them a lot of time in the marketing to push through from Tape 1 to Tape 2 to kind of really build the marketing hype behind that, because it's going to be important for them to kind of get a lot of people to kind of keep their eyes on it. Again, we're still dealing with that kind of idea. Is episodic gaming still popular in 2025 compared to where it was at 2015? Trends have changed. Gaming is different. I hope it is. I hope they have success with this. I'm hoping that kind of like rides its wave, if anything. For me, their marketing as well, I think the main one they need to attack is TikTok, because I think that's a great platform for them. I think they'll find a lot of success off that. That's a free tip from me. Well, I know it from when Lowbirth did it. They got so much success off TikTok in terms of like marketing the game. They were an independent studio as well, so it's like, I think it's built for TikTok, that game, in terms of like getting out to other people, free advertisement without actually
TikTok
paying for
isn't banned again, but
they are based in Canada though, and France as well. So it's like,
yeah, good for you guys in Canada and France. Good for you.
Well, that's not our fault.
It's not our fault that you were born in America.
Exactly. So I think I'm fine with the delay. I think hopefully it'll work out for them. I think if anything as well, they can prepare the resources to kind of like really market in between that. So generally speaking, it's okay as long as we get. I still think as long as we get tape 1, that's fine. In itself as well, could age like milk this, but I wouldn't even be surprised if tape 1 gets delayed at some point to like the 18th of March.
No, I don't believe so. I don't believe it.
Are you going to put it out in the avowed window?
Yeah, I still do. I still would, because again, it's a different market. Like, it's a different market group. Because Avowed is a very niche group. It's fantasy RPG Obsidian fans. Like, it's very niche, and so is this game. This game is also very niche, just in a different way. You know.
Yeah, I think it's a late thing for me to put that out there, right? On 25th of January, we're recording, but I just have a feeling that I was like, maybe they could have moved it to like 15th of March and then release it on the April 15th, the other tape, but I don't know at this point. I think hopefully it will still see it. So that's fine, if anything. Adam, obviously, the reveal of the length of the game as well. We kind of covered a Michel interview in the past where he was talking about the length of it, and he said, like, you know, the tapes would be equivalent of the series of Life is Strange. Like, you know, it's not going to be like massive in terms of like a 20-30 hour experience, and it's coming in about 10 to 12 hours. I'm fine with that. I'm really respectfully happy with that.
Definitely happy with that. Anything over at this age of my life, anything over 15 hours, I'm like, that's a commitment, man.
Yeah,
that's a commitment. And I know I'm about to play Avowed, you know, and that's Avowed.
Yeah, but you allocate commitment to one game though, don't you? There's one big game you're gonna be like, this is my behemoth commitment. The other stuff has to be very short and concise, and for the price, I think it's worth it.
Yeah, I think so. And I think they said that I don't think they said the time for South of Midnight, but it looks to be like a 10-hour game too. So I'm totally happy with 10, 15-hour games.
Which is reasonable. I think it's completely reasonable for that. I can't. It'd be very surprised if they were like making a bigger game. This is a game that's built in a certain kind of way. Also, as well, photo mode is coming in, which is quite a nice feature as well. Because obviously, off the top of your head, did Double Exposure have one?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
Because I remember the first Life is Strange not having one, but then the iOS ports included it, because obviously it was ported later, and it like photo mode became the craze, and people started using photo mode, and you had an iOS and Android port which would include photo mode. Double Exposure, I'm trying to remember what's on my head. I can't actually remember if it had one or not. Obviously, you can just screen share things.
Game Rant says the last chapter of Life is Strange Double Exposure has 11 possible snapshots you can take. Can't believe, on Reddit here, can't believe Double Exposure doesn't have photo mode.
Yeah, which is
I didn't think it did.
Yeah.
I'm currently playing Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, and even Bomb Rush Cyberpunk has a photo mode.
Yeah,
and the whole point of that game is that you have a flip phone. Like, you take it from a flip phone, and it's a photo mode. But Double Exposure, the whole thing, the whole point of the game is a camera, and there's no photo mode. So that's weird.
It's good thing your character's not a photographer or anything. It'd be a bit of a shame not to have that. No, I think like with that game as well, how indie and aesthetic it is, I think it makes a lot of sense to kind of make this a photo mode in there, and with Swan's camera as well. I hope it's quite versatile. I think Michel put a post out saying that we'll see it at some point as well. Actually, I think I've got the post here. I think he was talking about the delay. I'll pull it into this conversation. You put it here. Here it is, Adam. Yes. Michel Co on Twitter, and he put, sorry for the extra time and the delay. We're doing our best and working extra hard. I'm very excited about the photo mode. I was working on it last week, and I'll show you a sneak peek soon. Which was there. So in itself, we will see a very small sneak peek from Michel at some point about the photo mode.
Yes,
I'm excited for it. I think it'll be quite cool. I've always enjoyed using a photo mode, and it's built for this kind of game as well.
I am excited to get to the next segment. I need to know more about this.
Oh yeah, we'll come on to that in a moment though. Because there's thingy. Let me quickly just double check this, Adam. So we're not going to. So the pre-order thing we're going to do in a different video. Yes, you'll see why, because this video will go on for quite a while. But Lucky Fonts did ask me about this, who was one of my commenters and just watched the show. We will cover that. Just keep your eye out, because my plan at the moment is we're recording the 25th. I'm going to hope to pull this episode ahead of time so you get it on the Monday, and then that video will come out on the Wednesday as a separate segment so you can watch that. And I think there's a bit more for me to say on the pre-order thing, if anything, and same with Adam as well. Price-wise, this was the ballpark I was expecting, which was about, I said about £30 to £35. It's a bit over. It's, I think 35, was it 35.89 or something in the UK? Yeah, and then also with a 10% discount at launch.
Yeah.
Grand. that's a win for me. I think it's reasonable in the US as well.
Yeah, $40. Especially you're coming out with Avowed, with South of Midnight. There's a lot coming out. Excuse me. That you have to market yourself to be a lower price to get more people in, and that is the unfortunate side, because this game might be worth $60, right? But I guarantee you, they're lowering the price to get more people in the door. This is a call not only from the developers but the publishers. Don't Nod, I believe, would make the price here. So hopefully, hopefully everybody buys this game day one, at least within the first 30 days. We've been talking about this. We make a podcast about it. You guys listen to the podcast. It's time to show up, spend $40. You spent your $5 on of Baby Dreamer by Milk and Bone, I'm assuming, on Bandcamp. Time to put down a little bit more money and buy it day one.
So the price is a good entry point, and it's good. I'm going to ask you something because I was interested in your perspective. Do you think that they've intentionally not released it separately for that reason, because it's a good kind of profiting thing for them? So obviously, if you can't just watch the first part on Let's Play.
Yeah.
And no, you can watch it on Let's Play if you want to. But basically, you will still have to buy the first portion as well and play it through again then to get the second episode as well, because you can't basically just buy part 2. Do you think it's a bit of a commercial move or a financial move to do that?
I think it's partly that, but it also could be streamlined, because I look on sales all the time. The Council is once again on sale, separate episodes.
Buy it. I know this is Lost Records Journal, but buy that game. I love that game. It's
constantly on sale. Yeah,
it's great. It's Big Bad Wolf, French studio. Go and buy it.
Yeah,
support the French brethrens. Do it. I'm not even French, but support the French people. Come on, it's a great game. I love it. Buy it.
But I was gonna say, it's it's always on sale, separate episodes all the time, so it's sporadic everywhere. Or even Life is Strange 2. You can buy the episodes separately instead of all one collection. I think it's just to keep things concise. We're no longer in an episodic game kind of atmosphere, So I think people more expect a concise game, whereas we were more forgiving before for buying episodes separately,
Yeah. No, I think it's realistic, isn't it? It's just it probably caused a bit more of a whole. Do you remember the Expanse thing with Telltale when we were doing that? And it was do we get this early? Do we not get this early? And it's
yeah.
And I think it's just a bit of confusion. So it probably is a bit of a streamlined process, if anything. Should we treat the next section separately? Do you want to do my tweet first and then the main topic thing with all the trigger warnings?
No, I want to hear what I didn't know you were this.
Yeah, okay. Let's address this one first. If anything, I think it'll be a bit more of a smart idea. So I went through the trigger warnings that came up in the Lost Records Bloom and Rage FAQ, which we'll pull up shortly. And as you see my tweet there, I'm not buying the game anymore because I highlighted very clearly it is trypophobia. I can't remember.
Trypophobia.
Trypophobia. That's the one. Sorry. Yes. So I saw that and I was like, nah, I'm out of here. And I was like, yeah. And as you can see here, this was literally me seeing that. I was like, no.
For those who don't know what trypophobia is, it is a fear of honeycombs. You're afraid of honey. You don't like honey.
So scrolling down, I was like, I'm not buying it. And there he is, the master. It's Michel Watch on Twitter. And Michel's put it's very minor. And I thought, we're back to buying it. As you can see there, Penguin slapping the card. We're buying again. And then Michel responded as well in Michel humor.
Later.
By the way, as well, I put that as a joke as well, and people were like, and I'm like, no. So I have a thing with certain holes. It'd be very ironic because the game does have a hole at the center.
Yeah,
of it
exactly. It can't be a collection of holes. It has to be one single hole.
Trypophobia is like one of those things where it's certain holes I see.
Yeah.
And oh my God, it makes my skin crawl in like ways I can't imagine. I felt sick looking at some of the images. Do you have like a hand? It's got like loads of little dots.
What?
Oh, have you not seen it? I'm not pulling it up on the screen. It's like, oh, it's horrible. You have like little dots and stuff there. It's like loads of little like thingy dots. And you have like big flowers with like weird shapes and like things coming out. It's so horrible. Horrible. Yeah, I was like putting that out as a joke, if anything, and Michel responded to it, and it's like,
it's very
minor. So yeah, it is minor as well. I think actually Michel did tweet something here as well where he said, yeah, there it is. I'm gonna pull it up actually. He actually explains where it actually is in the game as well. So that someone put there, which shape is it in, Michel? I don't have a fear of holes, even though they are gross and they ask out of me, but very curious. Yeah. But like I said, very minor. It's because of the presence of a lotus flower in Swan's room. She likes it and uses it as a decoration. So I was like, that's interesting. So Michel's like responding here and there to people, but that was the main one. So he says it's due to that trigger warning, which I was like, okay, that is interesting. But yeah, I do not like holes. I do not like certain holes, and some of them are just, it makes my skin crawl, man. Oh, yes, not having it. Not having it. So Michel has calmed my nerves, and I'm rebuying Lost Records Bloom Rage now. So that's that. It's gone back on the wish list, if anything. So he has done his justice on Twitter. I'm actually thinking about potentially starting a show just called Michel Watch, where we just like cover Michel's Twitter feed, because it's like he always pops up on the right occasions.
First watch is, how do you pronounce his last name?
There we go. We need the answers. We need the definitive answers. Adam, we'll just jump into it then. So obviously, as you can see here, they did a full FAQ. It's no different from the Abyss trailer. It had a disclaimer at the beginning of it. So it's like they're giving a very clear content warning triggers here. So you have content warnings. The game contains explicit language, casual homophobia, weight and body image issues, underage drug and alcohol consumption, sexual content, illness and discussion of illness, blood, domestic violence, flashlights. Flashing lights, sorry, no, I said flashlights. No, sorry, flashing lights and sudden loud sounds. So obviously you got there as well the explicit language, which includes swear words, discussion of sexual matters, insults, weight and body issues of shaming, parents alluding to the child needing to lose weight. Oh boy, we're in for a long game, aren't we here? Or a dark game as well on top of that. Underhanded, fat shaming, use of fatso and similar terms to refer to Swan. Body image issues and dysphoria, even fats on them as well. That's very like 90s thing, isn't it, as well? Yeah. Like when we were using like certain words. That kind of like throws me back a little bit. I've not heard someone call someone a fatso for a long time. I might be a bit different here. Other people might have experienced that. And if you have, I'm very sorry to hear that.
Pond, yeah.
Well, no, fatso was used as a term here. But like I obviously I'm not in that in being attacked for that, and if you are being that, I'm very, very sorry to hear that. Casual homophobia in the 90s, use of homophobic terms to refer to characters without knowing their sexual orientation, just as insults. Drug and alcohol. The girls, more specifically Nora, but Swan can decide to partake. As seen smoking weed and drinking beer on screen. Bit of option there for Swan. Adults at the bar consume alcohol, which will refer to the modern timeline as well, as we've seen. Teenagers are seen smoking cigarettes. We've seen that in the first trailer as well before that. Talks of being drunk or high and shown drunkenness. I wonder if Corey's a bit like that. He was a bit aggressive in that trailer. So there's that. Sexual content, discussion of underage sex, talking of virginity, losing one's virginity, porn magazines, drawn, suggestive art, comic and posters. This is no wonder it got an 18 rating. Illness, terminal illness, cancer. That's interesting. Someone's lost a parent there. I do wonder. Maybe Swan's dad?
Well, let's not spoil it before the game comes out.
Well, I'm just taking a guess here. I don't know the game. Like, just saying as it is. Fainting, mentioning of losing hair, medication is seen on screen, hospital stays, panic attacks, death of a patient implied, death mentioned. Bugs. Swan likes bugs. She has pictures of them, and a pet stick bug in a tank.
Yeah, stick bugs. You don't know what stick bug is?
No.
Yeah. Is it? They're not in Britain?
There might be, but Adam, we have always differentiated. My lifestyle has always been very different from what happens in Britain. There's always two different things here that you're implying. Like when we're talking about me, I've had completely different experiences.
Stick bugs, huh? Oh, you're still screen sharing. I can't share it to you.
Pulling mine off. You pull yours on.
Yeah, little stick bug, huh?
I want to see the stick bug.
Yeah, little stick bugs. Look at them. They're so nice.
Oh, those.
Yeah, little stick bug. Look at how big that one is. Look how big that one.
Can we please pull it off?
No, we have to look at the stick bugs, huh? Stick bugs. Stick bug, huh?
That's grim, that.
No, it's not. It's a stick bug.
You do like stick bugs, though.
Yeah.
Spider webs.
Yuck.
Bit for the arachnophobias.
Ugh.
Bodily harm. It's possible one of the girls get hurt playing a knife game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Blood, nosebleed. Oh, actually, that knife game. Maybe that's what Swan's doing in the trailer. In the Abyss trailer. She has a knife, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does. A little stabbing.
I'm connecting some dots here on some of these thingies.
Or if you played Night in the Woods, there is a knife game in that game as well.
Night in the Woods.
Yeah.
I'll play Night in the Woods. Here we go again.
I'll have it.
And then finally, as well, at the bottom, dysfunctional relationships with family, parents, and siblings. I think that's going to touch the sore spot on a lot of people.
Moving cars.
Maybe you get a bit of sickness.
I'm thinking like motion sickness there, yeah.
Maybe you blow up Velvet Cove at the end, just similar to Arcadia Bay, moving cars. The right ending, as we say. We're not even talking about the third one. I'm not even mentioning that. It's giving me things for that. Hunting paraphernalia, guns, traps, bullets, shell casing, eureka. We can play that eagle sound if I had it from TikTok right now. There.
Yeah.
Talk of dead animals. It's a hunting town. A lot of hunting imagery, including heads of dead animals and promotional material for a hunting ranch are found all over. Fire, which we've seen in the trailer as we've seen. Mentions of the ghosts and paranormal spooky season.
Yeah.
I've said it could be like Sunken-esque when I say with like Oxenfree, and it's like, that's there. Jump scares, Adam. We have jump scares.
Yeah.
Mild. And
very
being
mild.
Trapped in a building, which we've seen with the building as well being trapped. I think that is the full list. So some big content trigger warnings, and a lot of them, I don't think I've really ever seen a game do it as like clear cut as that, giving us so many things there. But it makes sense why the game is rated at 18 as well, if anything. Adam, anything stick out for you on there? Is anything we're going to have to send you to therapy for at some point?
No, not really. I mean, you grew up in Philadelphia. You've kind of seen it all. So it's just a Wednesday in Philly, including the trypophobia.
Yeah, that's the...
Yeah.
Yes, I was gonna say this is literally schemes like you're like reading this. Yeah, it's like this is the whole Pennsylvania, like back and forth.
It's Pennsylvania right here. Yeah,
sums it up. I find it quite interesting. A lot of this does relate to that. I do find the bodily harm one interesting with the knife. That's definitely got to be that reference to that Abyss trailer when she's like cutting herself or it looks like she's going to cut herself with the thing. Because if that's one of the characters, I wonder if it's all 4 characters. Do you think all 4 characters get cut?
That's a blood oath. That's not a knife game.
But maybe that is the knife game.
That's not a game. I don't think you know what a knife game is.
Yeah, well, the one like with Bishop, like
with Bishop, yeah. Yes, 5-finger fillet, yes.
Yeah, maybe that's the game.
That's the game, yeah. Oath. Yeah, that's blood oath. You have to play 5-finger fillet to get a blood oath.
Oh god. Yeah, I'm interested in this. I'm very interested to see all these trigger warnings. There's a lot of them as well. Do you think an 18 rating is potentially I'm going to say detriment? Do you think potentially 18 pulls them back from certain audiences that they might want to capitalize on? I'm using
No.
my boomer head here a little bit in terms of like the kind of like getting the game, because obviously, you know, age restrictions and stuff. Like young kids have like parents who like will have like parental controls on their consoles. Maybe they won't be able to buy the game. I'm just talking about other logistics here, man. I'm like just giving it a bit more of a thought. What do you think? Like, I'm just kind of a bit surprised that they've gone full blown 18 as the game, which kind of like very much sets the tone for the game we're getting as well. It's like, damn.
Well, there's one thing I would like to point out, real quick.
He's pulling up the screen. I'll keep you all entertained whilst he does this. Oh God, what is he pulling up here?
Was that a detriment? Was that a detriment?
Are we really comparing Grand Theft Auto 5 to...
Was that a detriment?
Well, I didn't say it was a detriment. I'm talking about in terms of like their games in the past have been rated differently and never to the 18 standard.
I'm pretty sure
18.
I'm pretty sure even Life is Strange 2 was rated M. Yeah,
was it rated M for mature? I know there's some heavy fiends in there.
ESRB rating. So the ESRB rating for Life is Strange was mature. Yeah, for the first Life is Strange. Yeah, definitely, for sure.
I can't. Why do I think it was like? Why do I think it was? Why is it in my head thinking like it's like 12
Life is Strange 2 was also rated M. Yeah.
Really? Am I going crazy here? I must be.
Yes, you are. You are correct.
Is M for mature the highest rating that you get in America?
Well, we have AO as well, adults only. But yes, M is the higher one.
Well, I'll be damned.
Yeah. No, I don't think it will. Yeah.
17 plus. Huh.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think
it was 16.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That okay, I'm going completely insane. I thought they were like their games weren't anywhere near as much as that. Well, Life is Strange 2 was
also Before
18.
the Storm. What's that?
Life is Strange 2 was 18.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're fine with this rating. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I made myself look like a complete jackass in the segment, but as you will. Do you think it'll be more tonally darker though than the other two games, both Life is Strange 1 and 2?
Oh yeah, absolutely they will. They're gonna go like full heads in. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of crazy stuff. In this game. When we saw the Abyss trailer and I saw that trigger one, I was like, we're gonna see something that we've not seen before here. It's like it's gonna be like pretty like hot and heavy in terms of the content. And like reading if you have to release a trigger warning before the game comes out, and I know it's just a Don't Nod thing anyway, to kind of like be inclusive, embracing, and kind of like make people aware of things. But if you're doing that kind of like level of list, oh boy, I'm looking forward to the full game we're going to be playing as well, because I'm like we're going to be going hot and heavy on a lot of these subjects as well, which will be quite interesting. Well, I'm glad that you're not getting triggered by any of these, which is always a good reassuring thing. So that's a good sign.
Yes.
So, Adam, should we go into our last section and then we can kind of wrap up here as well? And also as well, just to kind of flag before we move into the last segment as well for the people who follow us and watch us. We did make this little graphic here, which you can share with your friends as well.
Yes.
And you can give them all the details they need to know about this game so they can go and buy it and support it. So I just thought I'd plug that as well, shamelessly for myself as well, more so than that. And then in itself, as I said to Adam as well, we'll kind of go into our last part, and it was pulled up, I think, a bit earlier as well. Or was that the content warning? I can't remember. Head's going crazy. Was reported the day before we recording. The day before recording. Calling all musicians, represent your style by sharing your cover for See You in Hell with a See You in Hell cover to enter our contest. Submissions accepted until the 14th of February. So that's 4 days before launch for the first tape. So you can get yourself in there. It says there 2 winners will be selected. Two winners will be selected the week of the release. One by the Lost Records team and one by Nora Kelly herself. So big there. You'll get Nora Kelly potentially looking at your other one, and then Michel and Luke and the rest of the team looking at the other option. And I'm going to pull this one up here, Adam, as well. Some terms and conditions, so you can go on the website and read all the specifics you need to know here. But in itself as well, it does say here prizes that you have there. So the prizes for the contest will include 2 PR kits for the winners, which includes a fanny pack. Is fanny swearing?
No. It's a fanny pack is like a thing in America.
I know what a fanny pack is. I mean, is fanny a swear word?
No, it's not.
I lived a very sheltered life. Okay, have we not understood this?
Not.
Like,
it's a curse word in like Australia and England, but here in America it doesn't really mean anything.
I swear it's a curse word here as well. People have used it as well back in like the day as well. Like they're using it as an insult.
Yeah, I mean, but not here. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Yeah.
You have to remember we do live 2 different worlds here.
No, fanny pack I don't think was ever a curse word ever here in the States.
Okay, so we have a fanny pack, badges, pins, stickers, mediators.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know what a mediator is.
I've never known what mediator. Can you look it up for me? I'm interested now.
But like the only thing I think if I can Google it for is like a mediator, for like a talk. Like there's a mediator.
Yeah, like on a panel mediating something. Either way, notebook.
I don't know what those
and
are.
A pen as well. You've got a notebook and a pen, and you've also got a free OST album download. I think you should enter this competition as well. You could get a free OST. There's a big one there.
I probably won't, but I know somebody who should. So maybe I will encourage that person to do it.
I love the prize is non-transferable, non-refundable, and no cash alternatives available. Imagine entering the competition. I want money.
I want money now.
It's like you just won the competition. Nora Kelly has just looked at your cover and seen it and looks cool, but you're like, nah, I want money. Give me money. Like, no money for you. Like that. It's like, so the policies on that, and also, go and read through it as well as the specifics in there in terms of like, where the cover will go and, legal stuff as well. So go and check that out. So Adam, are you entering the competition?
No.
Why not?
I don't sing. I don't do that.
Maybe you should start learning. A musician of all trades.
No, I won't be entering this contest. But again, I know a person who should. So I will be telling them about this and they will go ahead and enter. Yeah.
Maybe you and Abby should team up, and it could be the Player One versus World flag that we have in the background as well. And you both enter because she can sing. You can play
if she
music.
wants to, go ahead. Like if this is a call, Abby, if you want to, just hit me up. We'll work something out.
Option there. Steph Triverson produces the music. We get the cover done. We get the PR kits.
Yes, Steph will. I also do producing.
Well, there you go. You're a man of universal traits here. Why are we even considering this? Why are we not entering this competition? We could steal the prize in no time.
Steal the prize? Oh my God.
In a good way.
No, I know somebody who should, and I will definitely be producing them for sure.
Well, there you go. You should encourage them there, and I think that's a good place there. Any other things we got here, Adam? Anything else we missed? Are you still excited for Lost Records?
What's that?
Are you still excited for Lost Records?
Yeah, of course. I am bummed once again that it's delayed again. Like we should have been playing this game much earlier, but instead, we have to be delayed again. So fun times. Yeah,
I'm excited for this. Just actually one last thing as well, because I remember reading something on a couple of people speculating on this as well. They felt that because of the delays that have happened and stuff, they felt that it was never going to meet its 2024 window. Do you know it was going to come out in that fourth quarter? Do you think that would have potentially been pushed back either way into 2025, or do you think it's just literally because of double exposure? Considering that this delay has happened now as well with the game's production line, do you think that even if double exposure didn't exist in that window space, I know someone's going to make a joke, but if it didn't exist in that space, do you still think it would have come out there? Do you think it would have got pushed back into this window, for example, in where we're at right now?
I don't know. I still think so. I still think double exposure had a part in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm totally convinced. Because during the way that the game was marketed and released as well, you don't do your previews until you head towards release, and the previews were last August now, and the game is now coming out in February. So it's And I thought they might do like a second round of previews so people can play it, so they can do another layered kind of thing on it. But that's not happened. So I think like either way, no matter what would have happened, I think they would have dropped it either way last year, because it says in the FAQs if there's any bugs and stuff and whatever else, we'll fix it as we go along. And it's like I'm convinced that double exposure was that kind of thing where like, no, we're not having that smoke. We're out of here. Like we have to move right now, because it's like our hand has been forced. It's a shame. But what I'm hoping, if anything, more so than anything else, is that tape 1 comes out as it is, and tape 2 comes out in April, and it does not get pushed back again. That's where I'm a bit like, the longer you hold it on, the more difficult it gets, because I think that episodic climate has changed so much that it's so different from like even Telltale struggled in with The Expanse, because Telltale's The Expanse didn't turn out to be a commercial success, did it? And I think the only thing that Telltale could do, which would be a massive commercial success episodic, is either The Walking Dead coming back or The Wolf Among Us. Still waiting for that.
Yeah.
But if they came back, they would work. But if like it was a new Telltale property that's been spun off, so like Tales from Bloodborne, and it was like episodic over 9 months, are people really going to stick with it now? The game industry is so different now. People want certain types of games and they want them now. It's like they don't wait those kind of windows. So fingers crossed. I'm hoping it comes out, and I'm excited for it still nonetheless as well. I hope you enjoyed this car crash of a podcast as well. There were a lot of things that happened which weren't expected to happen. But yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. I hope you're still excited for Lost Records. Let us know if any of the trigger warnings are getting to you, because I'm still worried about those holes. No, Michel calmed me. Michel calmed me there. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you are new here, one more time, if you like the video, even if you didn't like the video, you should like the video, share with your friends, subscribe, turn notifications. It helps support the channel. We're at 1,500 subscribers, so help us climb to 1,600, please. And also as well, the Lost Records Journal are available on all podcast services. So we're available on Spotify with the video version, with Apple Podcasts. Please do go and rate us over there, go and follow us, because you get instant access to your podcast as soon as it is available. Adam, we'll be back now in our separate videos. So Lucky Fonts, we will be covering the pre-order thing separately for you in that. We just weren't sure how to wedge it in here, but yeah, stay tuned for that. We'll talk about the whole pre-order debacle as it comes. So yeah, take care. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Later.